I would fire a coach immediately if he called a player an N-word. No questions asked. That did not happen.
Another college football story that we need to share, and that is about Clemson assistant coach Danny Pearman, who acknowledges using a racial slur in a 2017 practice.
What happened was I didn't know anything about it.
Coach and I met to discuss the incident, and he reiterated that my language was unacceptable.
DJ, just kind of, said something he probably shouldn't have said.
Swinney demands accountability from his players, but where is it when a coach does something to those players?
Coach Pearman, thought he was saying it to him, and he's mad, and he reacted, and he basically, in correcting him, repeated the phrase.
Where is Dabo Swinney in all this?
And so again, I didn't know anything about it.
He dismissed the idea of racism by noting, among other things, that there are black quarterbacks.
And we moved on.
He is either unwilling or incapable of considering race.
Clemson head football coach Dabo Swinney continues to show his ass when it pertains to anything outside of a box score. You see, when Colin Kaepernick took a knee to protest systemic racism and police brutality in the United States of America, Dabo took it upon himself to quell the discussion.
But I don't think it's good to be a distraction to your team. I don't think it's good to use the team as the platform.
I wonder how big of a distraction he feels protests around the country are at this moment, or how the police must end the distraction.
Nobody's really asked me about Kaepernick or whatever. I just think there's a right way to do things. And I think that it just creates more divisiveness, more division. I think there's a better way.
There's a pattern here that we will outline in this clip. Unfortunately, former Clemson running back Hamada Williams alleges worse. We played music every day before practice for obvious reasons. Mike Reed, new prospective cornerback coach, came to visit, and he toured our locker room. While we were listening to music, Dabo walked into the meeting room and said, "I don't want to walk in the locker room with guests/future coaches hearing N-word this, N-word that, in our house." If true, it's eerily similar to Bill Peters, the former Calgary Flames head coach, who told former player Akeem Aliyu, a black player, "Hey Akeem, I'm sick of you playing that N-word S-word. I'm sick of hearing this N-word F-word, other N-word in the ass stuff." You see, there's a reason head football coaches like Will Muschamp, Mark Stoops, Jeremy Pruitt are marching, and why Dabo Swinney, the tone-deaf Clemson football coach, rocked a Football Matters t-shirt. However, ESPN's Mark Jones tweeted, "Dabo is failing his black players on police brutality and racism. Facts." When the Clemson football Twitter account was on the timeline, former wideout Canyon Tuttle outed a former coach using the N-word in practice under Swinney's watch with zero repercussions. "Stop protecting your brand. Take a stand," he told Dabo. And guess what? It was true. Assistant coach Danny Pearman apologized for it. Tuttle also noted Swinney discouraged Clemson players from participating in an on-campus sit-in to protest racism in April 2016. At a protest in Greenville, former Clemson football player Shaquille Anthony said, "I'm disappointed in Coach Dabo. I can't speak on why he hasn't said more." Pair this with, in Dabo's own words, "As far as paying players, professionalizing college athletics, that's where you lose me. I'll go do something else because there's enough entitlement in this world as it is." Plus, when visiting 45's house, some players only attended because they worried that refusing to attend the traditional White House visit might affect their scholarships or playing time. That's the culture Dabo brings. In addition to, only after public pressure, backed out of a fundraiser for the Palmetto Family Council, a conservative advocacy group that opposes same-sex marriage and abortion. That's Dabo Swinney. You see, at Clemson, accountability is tough. A building on campus remains named Benjamin Tillman, a vocal white supremacist who reigned as South Carolina's governor and represented the state in the Senate for 23 years. He also helped orchestrate the assassination of a black senator in 1876. As one Reddit user astutely pointed out, "I am shocked, I tell you, that a sport that profits largely off the talent of young black men, raking in millions while those same young men are hastily ushered through haphazard education and denied the chance to profit from their own talent, is facing a reckoning with racial equality."